guess what you're treating here. It is now 113 Fahrenheit out here. You can see it's starting to grow after me. Almost killing it. This is the new plant. It's ivy. Oh, I need to put some water in there. That one is pretty well soaked. So that one's okay. That's what we're dealing with here. Hotter than heck. Uncomfortable. We took a cab. It's too hot. It's somewhere in British Columbia. They had snow. It has to be northern. It has to be. But they're talking about a possible cold front coming through. I hope that's the case. And then things should cool off here. I hope. Please. And I don't know if you can see. See that? There's a pool. And nobody's been in it. Insanity. Oh, look, see? Watch, now it's not going to do it. Come on. No, it's not going to. Okay. Well, I'm going to read another story tonight, today, whatever. Oh my God. Hubby had a shower when he came home. I couldn't be bothered. But I'm just looking to see what I can have you focus on while I'm reading. Oh, today was my first day back to work. Light duty. Oh, my back, holy moly. My back was screaming at me. Even though it was light duty. Holy mackerel. Now my back was not happy. But it's happening now. Which one are you? Am I even down there? Okay, we'll focus on this one. Yeah, everybody was happy to see me back. I was happy to be back and to see everybody. Hubby did the heavy lifting, he did the mopping. I wiped down my bathroom counters. Garbage is light there, so not too bad. Yeah, I think cleaning the toilets, that's what got my back. So other than that, I just pushed the cart. That was it. I behaved. The only kind of heavy thing that I lifted would have been the foaming hand soap. That'd be about it. Other than that, this girl wasn't doing it. Okay. So, the one, and I can't remember now that I've written these. I did not put the date when I wrote them, which I normally do, but I have no idea what this one's about. It's rotting. So we'll just figure it out as we go along. Here we go. We walked over, through, and around the remains of someone's life in the small abandoned house. Although windows and doors were boarded up, the obvious sign of weather surrounded us. In each bedroom closet, clothes remained. Under thick layers of dust, brilliant colors were suppressed. Ceramic trinkets were either broken or moved from shelves. Family photos, loose in albums, others spread over a table. It was always a mystery as to why. The answer, we will never know. We had taken our video. We had taken our pictures. It was now time to leave before dusk came. Exiting out a second floor window, down a ladder, we were on our way. The first snow had fallen the night before. It was by no means deep, though a reminder of what was to come. Turning to leave, we were confused by our finding. In the snow were our boot prints to the ladder. What was odd, the prints that approached from the left. We hadn't heard anyone enter. Where had they hid? Were they there now? It was none of our affairs. We proceeded to our car. We sat while the heat thawed our fingers and noses. We shivered away the cold and rubbed our hands together. Pages of stuff. Sorry, guys. In truth, this was an excuse. We both waited to see signs of life moving through the darkening hallways. The sun had set. No sign of flashlights. We made our way home. The prints in the snow had been pushed back in our minds. Daily routines followed without thought were normal for us. 5 days a week, we were robots, performing tasks near as possible to perfect. The winter season moved in, dropping snow on every surface. White and brown were its colors. The unusual cold kept us from exploring. We weren't interested in freezing for the sake of it. When spring finally arrived, we made our way back to the small 2-story house. Word of the day was mud. We were thankful of the gravel driveway. The ladder still leaned against the cladding as we had found it. The eaves had fallen hanging from a corner. Plywood pried from a first-floor window. It was a minimal relief. We weren't hopeful to the condition inside. Numerous shoe and boat prints littered the space directly below the window frame. Pieces of glass had been buried under thick mud. The question to one another, should we go in the easy way or climb the ladder as before? The worry was the chances of someone being inside. We couldn't tell. This time of year, with winter's melt, was far from ideal. Go in the main floor with a quick way out. Go in by the ladder and trust no one is there. Either way wasn't better than the other. An easy climb through the ground floor window we were in. There we stood for silent minutes listening. No movement was heard. If someone were inside, they would have heard the car. They could be tucked in anywhere, waiting for us to leave or pounce. It wasn't a surprise. We wanted neither way. When we felt the coast was clear, we began our explore. Time hadn't been kind. Through only a few months, decay had run rampant. It was depressing to see how much it had changed. The photos were all on the table. Mold covered a few so we couldn't see what we had. Wallpaper hung like wet noodles from plaster walls. The clothes covered in dust weren't all in the closet. Some were now on the floor, caked in mud. We were more than upset. We were furious. Empty-headed people with nothing better to do. Bathroom mirrors smashed to pieces. Everything sticking together. Smashed to pieces on the floor, and what remained in the sink. Contents of the medicine cabinet laid in the tub, opened or squeezed out. Mindless destruction. From below, the unmistakable sound of entry made us freeze in the hall. We looked at each other, fingers to lips. Footsteps on paper, but no sound of voices. But of course, they knew we were here. From the room in the corner behind us, floorboards groaned. We were trapped. Ducking into the nearest room to the right, we all but held our breath. Why were we being cornered? The small house went silent once again. Courage found, we traced our steps. No one was there, not even outside. No one was near the car either. Back down the rotting staircase we searched. The house was empty. There were no new footprints. There were no new spots to tuck yourself away. At this point, our exploration was over. We had seen what we unfortunately expected. The small house felt eerie and our skin crawled. Back out the window we climbed, then a quick walk to our car. Once inside, we exhaled relief. Conjointly, our vision raised to the window above the ladder. A sickly, pale face appeared, the body covered in what looked to be a large potato sack. When its movement suggested a climb out the window, we were gone like a shot. There was no turning round to see, but in the rearview mirror, it was enough. The figure hung in mid-air, laughing. We never went back. We warned people away. We don't explore now. We stay at home, watching others on YouTube. And that is that story. I hope you liked it. I'm going to get back inside where the blower is. And see if I can do it. Yeah, see? Isn't that cool? If you haven't checked out the video I did of the storm that we had, one of the trees on the property, on Canada Post property, actually fell over. We seen it when we were leaving. Big tree, all cracked and everything else. But okay guys, that's it from an extremely hot Ottawa. And until the next time, ciao for now.